Oh, hey, somebody sent in a request for a little bit of Bobby's parts on Going Down the Road Feeling Bad, so I thought I'd work up a little bit of that in this video. Since the song so often gets used sort of both into and out of Not Fade Away, I thought I'd work it up kind of with some of those transitions in mind. So for Not Fade Away, the basic pattern using the E to the A up at the 9th fret with Bobby's sort of classic inversion. There's our E at the 7th fret, using the E, getting the G sharp in there, that inversion. And then just your 9th, at the 9th fret, get the A there. So I'll go through and show you some of the things that you can do just to shake up that chord progression, and then also some of the stuff that gets done really in transition. A good album to listen to is the Skull and Roses. You can hear what Bobby's doing there is one nice place where he's really working some interesting chord work. Something to keep in mind as you start making the transition is thinking about what notes we're going to be moving to. As we go to Going Down the Road Feeling Bad, we're going to work off the E, going down the road feeling bad. A, going down the road feeling bad. Back to the E, going down the road feeling. E, C sharp minor, E, so for the B, sometimes you'll get strumming of B. Very often, we'll just get a single little riff. Now I'll show you some of the more interesting stuff that he does. Work off the E, sort of waiting for the verse to come in, or the chorus. Going back and forth from the E to the A. So get the E here, down to the A. So there's one nice little transition. Now another one that you can move to when you're sort of at the part that goes from the A to the E to the C sharp is move back up. So A, so the E shape, then when you're at the A, so when you get to the A, again, do this little slider, back to the E, and then for the C sharp, do this little riff. And then instead of the B, do that little riff again. All right, so let me put some of those pieces together, show you what you can do with it. So when moving through the transition from Not Fade Away into Going Down the Road, we can play around with the E, then do this little slide. Just G up to the G sharp. And get your full E up at the 12th fret. And then Bobby likes to sometimes do some single note runs. Again, working off the E major scale. So we got B, B, C sharp, E, get that F sharp in there, bend it all the way up to the G sharp. And then once you're at the the E, back and forth to the A, just by slowing down the rhythm a little bit, get yourself ready for the transition into going down the road. And I'll go and show some of the other stuff that we can add to it. So just as a final word, when you're working off of the E, which you spend so much time on, think about the notes that are in the E major scale. We've got the E, we've got the F sharp, we've got the G sharp, and we've got the A. So when you're working off of the E, you can do the E inversion with the G sharp, but you can also use the C sharp. And the C sharp, of course, works because in going down the road, we've got C sharp minor, so the C sharp is in there. The C sharp is also the third of the A chord, which is another crucial chord. So you got the C sharp to work on, and you also got the F sharp to work on. So the idea is basically just giving yourself some freedom with some extra notes to throw in there for some variety, so you don't get completely bored to death, and play around with those notes in the scale to give yourself some ideas to both capture what Bobby's doing and also to come up with your own lines. All right, so hope those of some use. Take it easy.